A lot of you have been having questions about my dinner club and how it works and if I make money on it. So I thought I would do a quick breakdown on the expenses and the profits of last month's dinner club. Last month was the first time that we did a 2-night event. We had a total of 30 people over the course of 2 nights. Let's break down these costs, which are kind of insane. I love throwing over the top dinner parties, and this will show you exactly how much the things cost. So just remember, this is for 2 events. So we could split it in half, but when we get to the end, you'll see how much profit. The ticket sales after the Stripe fees were $7,015. Sounds amazing, right? Wine was $825. Flowers and decorations were $1,085. The menus, getting them printed, were $32. The caviar alone was $305. Seafood and local meat, we source all of our meat within 60 miles, and then we have our seafood flown in overnight from Maine and Massachusetts. That cost $1,040. All the other ingredients that we need, that is not the protein and caviar, was $1,600. Some miscellaneous expenses were $180. Staff cost was $600, so 1 person for 2 nights. Total cost comes out to $5,667, leaving $1,348. That is before I take anything for wages. If I count in my time, I spent 40 hours for each night prepping and cooking. I spent around 20 to 40 hours over the course of a month testing out the menu, planning the menu, sourcing ingredients, sewing the awnings, decorating, climbing the tree, hanging the awnings, all of those things. I figured in a very conservative estimate of 45 hours per event. It's probably more likely closer to 60 hours per event, but if we go with 45 hours per event, that comes out to a grand total of $14 an hour. Not a living wage in my area. This isn't even considering the cost of hosting an event. It doesn't consider the cost of purchasing the tables and chairs that I use. It also doesn't consider the cost of utilities. That is typically like $60 to $80 more on the months that I do dinner parties. So there's a lot more expenses. This is just a very high overview of the event. And this is not something that's going to make you a lot of money. You have to be very passionate about it and want to do this to get it done. Hopefully that answers some of your questions. If you have any other questions, just drop them in the comments.